today's video is something a bit different. Also, to address the elephant in the room, text-to-speech is being used. No, this is not a permanent addition to the channel, I just needed a text-to-speech software for memes, and this is essentially a large-scale test. Due to a crappy camera, I ended up losing lots of the recordings I made. Because of this, some parts will not have recordings or look segmented. I fully intend on remaking this video with a bigger budget, and I'm more prepared now that I have all the text-to-speech lines for it. I tried recording my real voice, but
we're with the pet hospital down the street, and I understand you have a dying animal on the premises.
So this is the next best option, and using a tool like Core to simulate the official Twitch donation voice Brian just makes it even better. I normally don't focus on myself much, but after suffering through some medical stuff and being told by a new friend on the internet that I'm a good person, I realized people would often compliment my work, not me. I love your videos, dude. They make my day. How on earth did you mod the game like this? This is so cool. I love this kind of content, keep it up. Not like there's anything wrong with that, in fact I appreciate all those comments. But sometimes I need to stop acting like Sly Cooper Reload coded and start acting like me. After all, this channel was created by, and wouldn't exist without, me. I know, it seems like I'm shilling too much, but most of the time I make content that my fans like, ignoring my own interests in the process. Usually this isn't a problem as all of our interests are the same, but not always, and I should be allowed to sometimes branch out and show who I really am. Also, as a side note, I don't care about the like to dislike ratio for these kinds of videos. I don't make them for Sly fans, I make them for my fans, if that makes sense. This video could become the most disliked video on the platform and I wouldn't care. I've done this several times in the past, such as the girlfriend reveal saga, the hunt for the Black Rock, the iToy emulation video, and the coming out video. However, most of the time I stick to the content that gets the most likes, or in some cases, the fewest dislikes. Yes, I pay attention to dislikes, they're just as helpful as likes. But at the end of the day, I'm that guy that documents glitches and uses plain Arial font on a black background instead of speaking. I feel like it's time for me to branch out yet again. I have a hidden talent no one would ever expect an introverted computer nerd like myself would have. But wait, there's a problem, this is Sly 2. How about a change of scenery? No, this isn't good enough, we need to go somewhere even more distant. Getting closer, but it's missing that sense of realism. What? Oh, you little. No, not here, of course not here. Perfect. Now we can begin. Today we're going to be making Yes, me, the guy who was willing to infinite double jump my way to a speedrunning skip, has the hidden talent of making bread. I love it. I just never have the chance to do it. My most popular recipe is all of them, not a single person who has tried my bread has ever criticized it, and instead has wanted me to make more. The one that I'm known for, though, is my rye with caraway seeds. It's an award-winning recipe, literally. But I don't make my bread like you'd expect. Introducing, the bread machine. The best thing since barbecued raccoon for dinner. You put all the ingredients in, do some extra steps if the recipe calls for it, and out comes a delicious loaf of bread. It's not a cheat or a shortcut though, in fact more can go wrong with this than making bread with your own two hands. I lost my first bread machine when the dough spilled over onto the active heating coil, making the machine unusable. After that one, I bought a used one off of eBay for cheap. It was a DAC brand machine, and I still have it. DAC appliances were popular back in the day when physical item catalogs were more widely used than the internet. The company still exists today, but under completely different management, and it currently sells spice of life and convenience items. Despite already owning a machine, I splurged and bought another machine of the same type. When you really get into bread making, you'll find that the older machines can do a lot better than the newer ones, plus I'm already very familiar with this model. Alright, enough backstory, let's get this bread. First, we need to go over the ingredients we'll be using for this recipe. For the uninitiated, you need bread flour for this process, as all-purpose flour will not produce an edible loaf of bread, at least not using this method. I personally use gold medal bread flour. Not sponsored, of course. Sugar is important because the yeast eats it, causing a chemical reaction that makes the bread rise. We don't want rye matzah, although that does sound like an interesting recipe. Rye flour is the key ingredient of rye bread. No, there isn't bread rye flour or anything like that, you just need normal rye flour. This is a heavier flour and will cause the bread to not rise as much, so you shouldn't make a majority of the flour rye flour. You can't make rye bread without caraway seeds. You just can't. It's a crime against humanity. It's like quiche.
It's just not right!
Olive oil is important as a lubricant. I could use butter or margarine, however I find that this specific recipe works best with olive oil. You'll also need yeast so the bread can rise properly. I always keep a jar of Fleischmann's active dry yeast on hand, as it's the best kind to use for bread machines. They do have a bread machine specific variant, but I've never tried it and I don't see any point in using it over this variant. Salt is a limiter, it makes sure no chemical reaction gets too out of hand.
Milk, 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 milk
Is what we would be using if we were making a bread with a soft crust, but we want a crispy crust, so for our liquid we'll be using water. Alright, time to prepare the bread machine. First, open up the lid of the machine. Second, insert the rubber donut. Third, lock the bread pan into place. This is very tricky to do. Just like HDMI cables, it only goes in if you align it perfectly. Next, insert the mixing pedal. It's okay if it looks like it's not locked into place. Now set the time and the cycle settings. We'll be using the wheat bread setting or whatever's closest to it. Now onto the ingredients. Carefully pour the liquids into the bread pan. Note that if you're using a different brand, you'll want to add the ingredients in the opposite order. Do not add the liquid first in a non-DAC brand machine. Now add the oil in with the liquids. If you were using butter or margarine, you would also add them in at this point. Then add the flour. In my case I'll add the bread flour then the rye flour. Add in your extra additions, the salt, and your sweetener. For this recipe that's the caraway seeds, the salt, and the granulated sugar. Now use your fingers to make a small indentation on the top, and pour your yeast into it. Alright, that's it for the ingredients, now we start the machine. This will take a few hours. It's time for a time lapse. Also, if the dough looks too dry, you can open up the lid while it's running and add water in small amounts until it forms 1 or 2 clumps.
Show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money. Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Let's dance! So spicy!
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai.
Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. it smooth. Greasy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Freak out. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it funky. Greasy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. You picking up on what I'm throwing down? Peter, show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money. Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Let's dance! So spicy!
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai.
Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Freak out. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it funky. Greasy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet.
You picking up on what I'm throwing down? Peter!
Show your bling and let me shine you. Show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money. Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Let's dance! So spicy!
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai.
Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky.
throwing down? Pizza!
Show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money. Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Let's dance! So spicy!
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai. Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Freak out. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it funky. Greasy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. You picking up on what I'm throwing down? Pizza!
Show your bling and let me shine you. Show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money. Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Let's dance! So spicy!
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai. Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Freak out. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it funky. Greasy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. You picking up on what I'm throwing down? Pizza! Show your bling and let me shine you.
money. You like the money, the money, the money.
Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Let's dance!
So spicy.
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai. Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Crazy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky. Got to keep it smooth. Crazy sweet. Freak out. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Crazy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it funky. Crazy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Crazy sweet. You picking up on what I'm throwing down? Pizza!
Show your bling and let me shine you. Show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money.
Let's dance! Let's dance! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Let's dance!
So spicy.
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai. Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Crazy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky. Got to keep it smooth. Crazy sweet. Freak out. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Crazy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it funky. Crazy sweet. Let's dance. Got to keep it smooth. Crazy sweet. You picking up on what I'm throwing down? Pizza!
Show your bling and let me shine you. We smooth. Look, see the money. You like the money, the money, the money.
with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai. Smooth. Keep it smooth, baby. Walk tall, stand tall, feel funky. Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth. Dig the kinetic. Kinetic aesthetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to keep it smooth. Greasy sweet. Got to keep it smooth. Feel funky. Got to.
Alright, it's time to prepare the bread and clean up the workspace. Open up the machine and remove the bread pan, then put it onto a cooling rack. Next, gently shake the bread out of the bread pan. This is looking magnificent already, but we're not done. The mixing paddle is still in the bottom of the loaf. Simply use a fork to pull it out. Make sure all of the bread machine's components are clean, then reassemble the machine for future use. Now the bread can be enjoyed. A weird fact about myself is that, despite making top-tier bread, I never eat what I make. I just don't like homemade bread. It's one of those things where I can provide for others what I can't provide for myself. My parents both think it's delicious, so this is a win in my book, and I have a perfect rye bread recipe as, I'll be honest, I lost track of the award-winning one. This was an improvised one. I'll also be able to use everything from this video in the remade one. No ETA on that video, as this failure of a video took me long enough. No epic outro for this video, it doesn't deserve it. The remade one certainly will. Note to self, end that video with a sly 3 job complete screen.